Hello there, and welcome back to the neighborhood. We're taking a quick look at the Truthear Gate, or gato as some people are calling it. This single dynamic seems like an answer to the Hola that has been out of production for a little bit of time. I reviewed the Hola prior, and will place a link in the description below for your reference. I know some people have been clamoring for the Hola since it's been out of production, so has Truthear done it? Have they produced a worthy successor? Let's get into it. Like the Hola, the build here is kind of done on the cheap. I thought the Hola cut corners where it could and refrained from doing so otherwise, but the gate comes across a little bit cheaper in its construction, at least the shell itself. The Hola used a soft touch resin that felt nice and silky to the touch, but the gate shell is firmly a cheap plastic construction. There is a see-through window to the driver that is a nice inclusion, but the shell itself is just a little bit overly lightweight and leaves me wanting for the build of the Hola. I also don't like that the tubing connection is fairly recessed, and this will make its use with some aftermarket cables fairly difficult. Outside of this, similar ear tips and the same leatherette pouch that is provided with the Hola is included in the box, so this is a nice continuation. It's also just as comfortable to wear, and I had no issues with the fit. In terms of the sound, it's slightly leaner sounding than the Hola and a little bit less rolled off up top, but there is still a pretty significant roll off in the treble. Generally speaking, it's a pleasing sound signature that is a little bit dark and moody, but nothing over the top or underdone. It's got a healthy bottom end that's driven mostly by its low bass reproduction and a decent sub bass representation. The mid bass isn't overly present, but there is a notable bass bleed from the later bass into the mid range. Even so, I'm not really offended by it too much, and I find the bass to stay out of the way of the rest of the mix enough to still be pleasurable to listen to without inducing any kind of ear fatigue. Dynamics are engaging, but lusciously rich and somewhat slow. There's a somewhat soft quality to the low-end punch that's surely never to offend. The mid-range is thin on occasion, relaxed, and lower in the mix than I would prefer it, but it's certainly both audible and detailed enough for the Gate's price point. The general resolution is somewhat fuzzy, but keeps up with other offerings under $50 or so. Note weight is ever so slightly thick, but again, less thickened than its predecessor was, the Hola. And yet, more so than its frequency response, the soundstage of the Gate would be the reason to pick this one up. It's got a good forward dimension to the sound, and a decent peripheral engagement from the left to the right. The shape of the stage is fairly circular, as if one is in a large round fishbowl, or watching a concert at the Sphere in Las Vegas. Transients have a rhythm and flow, and vocals have a decent focus. Overall, I can't complain too much about the Gate for its price, but it is a successor to the Hola, mostly in driver type and price only. On the other hand, I like that the Gate is going mostly in a neutral direction, and it's a bit more technical than the Hola was. But still, it lacks some of the special character and presentation of that I.E.M that people loved. Hopefully, you can use my sound description to suss out if you'd like the direction that Truthear has gone with the Gate. Thanks to Shenzhen Audio for sending the Gate into the channel for review. I'll leave a link to their posting of the Gate for your reference if you would like. I appreciate their support of this channel and would appreciate your support as well if you make sure to subscribe to the channel with the notification bell turned on. You can also check out the channel on all other social media platforms such as Instagram, X, www.InToIt reviews, join the Patreon or the Discord. Thanks for watching, and with that, I'm out for now.